Happy February! June, do you have anything to say? Okay, there's this duck that's been outside our patio all morning or all afternoon, and it's still there. It's just like looking at us. I was gonna get video of the duck to show you, but then Sean came in, so I had to stop filming, and now it's gone. My goal for February was to update my website, including taking new product photos and updating it with products that I hadn't uploaded to the site yet. So I did that. I don't super love how the photos came out, and so I'm probably gonna do it again. Part of me actually likes my old photos better. So that's going to be an ongoing battle, but I'm considering it a goal completed because I actually motivated myself to get it done, and I tried more than once. So here's a little snippet of that. It was such a nice day out, and June wanted to come with me, so I took her out on the leash. She didn't quite know what to do, but I think she enjoyed the sunlight. This little blue thing is just 2 pieces of wood that I broke and taped together, and it's just taped so that A, they would stick together, and B, I wouldn't get a splinter. But it's the prop up for the featured sticker. This is the second time that I tried to take these product photos, and I was kind of done with it, so I just threw the stickers around and then rearranged them as needed. I think it's part of the reason why I don't love how these came out, and so I would definitely take a different approach next time. Eventually, June got antsy and wanted to go back inside, but she stayed close. Like, really close. This is where she wanted to be while I was editing. I decided to show the editing process for this one because it was the most interesting. There were these little bits of the wood piece that showed around the sticker, so this is how I took care of those. The other thing that I wanted to include in this month's vlog is a commission that I did for a friend. He asked me to work on a jacket that he's having a bunch of local artist friends work on, and I was super honored and super terrified, and that's kind of how I decided to do what I did, which was a lino print of his adorable cat. And yeah, that's what this is. I don't know what happened because I swear it worked before, but this carbon paper was not having it. It like was not doing its job, and I was so confused. And as you can see, I did the whole thing. I did the whole thing multiple times actually, and here I'm checking the box to make sure I'm doing it right because it was just not working. I feel like I go through phases where I do a lot of lino cutting, and I really enjoy it, and I feel like I've improved a lot on it. I'm planning to make a video about that at some point this year, just sort of how I've improved as a lino cutter, and maybe like what are some of the things that I'm doing differently. Let me tell you, even for me, this is so satisfying to watch. I love especially carving out the eyes. As dark as that sounds. One thing I can tell you right now is that baby block printing Sarah would have just carved out that entire background instead of leaving it. And you'll see a little bit later that you can still make use of that little bit, that whole half the sheet that I would have just carved away. I apparently forgot to film myself doing the actual block printing, but there's the result. And now I'm embroidering in his beautiful, beautiful eyes. I don't really know much about embroidery. I've kind of taught myself / made up how to do it, but it's kind of calming, and I like doing it in small doses because it is pretty tiring. And now for the whiskers. I really wasn't sure what to do for this part. When I had asked my friend what he wanted me to do on the jacket, he said, "I want you to do your art on it." So I was trying to think of things that really were like motifs in my art and really summarized what I made art about, and this is where we landed. Thankfully, I did remember to record the process for printing this one, although it wasn't quite as smooth. The white fabric block printing ink was, it was an interesting time. This was my first time working with it, and it just had this really weird texture and consistency, and yeah, obviously it doesn't show up quite as well as the black, but it did kind of work out for this, as you'll see with the ghost, because he does have this sort of translucent feeling, which is pretty ideal for a ghost. I struggled so hard with the moon. Every time I picked it up, my fingers got into the ink and smudged on the moon, and then I had to roll over it again, and I was pretty worried, but it came out okay. And we're done. Obviously, this one was a lot quicker and simpler than the cat, but I think it stands on its own pretty well. Ignore the stains, those came with the jacket. And that's all. Thanks. Thanks for watching. June, do you want to tell everyone what you were just doing? Trying to climb the screen? It's not even a screen in there, it's just glass. You were trying to climb a smooth glass sheet. Yeah?